I know this might sound crazy, but I genuinely think this might be the best day of my life. I am so serious. Like, hey now, this is what dreams are made of. Because today is the day where we officially turn my book collection into an actual home library. As you will know, if you have been following my YouTube channel for, at least the last year, I have been kind of hyper-fixated on the term home library. And that is because I read in the New York Times that if your book collection, your personal book collection, has over 1,000 books in it, it is officially considered a library. So I counted my books, and at the time I had like 948 or something. I was so close. I was closer than Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are in all of their Wicked interviews.
You have been the light of the day.
And now we are officially holding space for a home library. I definitely have over 1,000 books. I definitely have the numbers. But do I have the qualifications? That is the question. And that is what we're going to try and achieve today. So I have a scanner, and I'm going to scan every single one of my books and make an actual database. And we're also going to label all of the shelves behind me. Now, I got a label maker, and I'm very excited about it. It's a new toy in the toy box, and I want to use it immediately. So basically, all of the books behind me are categorized by genre. So I bought these little metal label holders to make it look like an actual library. By the way, I'm sorry if you can hear drilling in the background. There's been drama. So basically, I live in an apartment building where everyone other than me owns their buildings, and I rent, because at this point I feel more likely to see a polar bear walking down the street than to be able to own property in this city. But that's beside the point. Basically what this means is that when things go wrong in the building, I'm just like, sounds like someone else's problem. It sounds like that's nothing to do with me because I'm renting and you guys own. And when we moved into this place, one of the appealing things about it was that it had a communal garden. So we get here, we move in, it's a bright, sunny, warm day. We go downstairs to sunbathe in the garden. It's blocked off. There's a sign on the gate that says we can't use the garden because there's Japanese knotweed. So I'd never heard of Japanese knotweed. I Googled it. Basically, it is a weed, obviously, that spreads like crazy. The roots can go up to 7 meters below the ground. So it's very hard to remove. And if you tread on it, you can kind of tread it around to other parts of the garden and essentially plant new seeds that will grow rapidly. And it's really thick and dense. So it kind of makes the garden impossible to use, right? So this whole time I've been like, that's funny, because when I look out of my window, I don't really see Japanese knotweed. So I email my landlord. I'm like, hey babe, what are we going to do about this? Because I would really love to use the communal garden. It turns out there is like a whole soap opera, reality TV show level of drama going on in this building. The Real Housewives of this building are crazy. So the garden looks into one of the apartments. And so the person who owns that apartment put up the sign saying there was Japanese knotweed, even though there isn't. There is no such Japanese knotweed. The Japanese knotweed is not in the room with us. Maybe the Japanese knotweed is the friends we made along the way, or the enemies, it seems, because she just didn't want people going in the garden. So she put up this sign. And so one of the other owners in the building, I don't know which one, took her to court. He went full Agatha Christie. He got to the bottom of her lies. He took her to court, sued her, and now we get to use the communal garden again. What a win. But the funniest part is, because we can now use the communal garden, he's renovating it. So truly the level of pettiness I aspire to be. But as a result, there is some drilling going on because they're building a lovely new path. It's none of my business. I'm completely just staying out of it, but I love being a bystander. It's the drama, Mick. I live for it. And so if you can hear a little bit of drilling, just a little bit of drilling in the background of this video, just know it's worth it. Just know the fight that took place in order for that drilling to happen. Anyway, all this to say, I am going to start off by counting my books, because I actually don't know the exact number of books that I now have in my collection. I have been using the number 1,500 in my video titles because I think that's kind of my estimate. I think I have around 1,500, but let's see. Let's count. Let me get this chair out the way. Okay, so I just had a ring at the doorbell and a very exciting parcel turned up. And I'm very happy to tell you that today's video is kindly brought to you by Book of the Month, my favorite book of the month. I get so excited when this arrives at my door each month because Book of the Month is a book subscription service where their team of experts read hundreds of books and then pick their favorites each month, and you get to pick one to be shipped to you in the blue box of Dreams. So this month, oh, I got some stickers. That's very sweet. And then of course I chose a festive book, which is called Most Wonderful, and it's by Georgia Clark. Firstly, that cover, it's like the festive season just threw up all over it. And I'm into it. Christmas vomit, brackets, complimentary. A charming queer holiday romance about 3 adult siblings, each at a personal and romantic crossroads, who reunite with their larger-than-life mother at her Catskills manor for an unforgettable Christmas. Oh, it sounds so good, and I had not heard of this book before seeing it on the Book of the Month website. And that is one of the biggest perks of Book of the Month, that their team do all of the research, so you just get to spend time reading. It's also great for discovery. I've discovered so many amazing debut and new emerging authors through this subscription, where you get new hardback fiction for such a great price. And the price gets even better because I have a discount code for you. You can use the code TINSEL, like I said, 'tis the damn season. And using that code TINSEL will get you your first box for just $5, which is a crazy, crazy deal. I love Book of the Month. Their picks are always great, so get involved. Thank you so much to Book of the Month for working with me. This is my Book of the Month hat. This is my library uniform. And now on with the video. So if we start with one of the shelves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Then on each unit, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shelves. 9 times 32 is 288. Times that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big shelves would take us to 1,440. Half of 288 is 144. That would be this little shelf. So add on an extra 144. That would be 1,584. And then I reckon there's about 100 other books kind of scattered around the apartment. So that would be 1,684. That's the guess. Now let's actually count. Okay, I got my notebook so that I can keep track of each one. Okay, so the first bookshelf actually had way more than my average estimate. That one had 325. Oh, and that's not even including the top ones. I'm gonna do the top ones separately. Second shelf, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second shelf had 229. That's actually crazy that this book has 100 fewer books than that one does. This one does have a lot of short books on it, but wow, that's actually crazy. Or I'm just really bad at counting. I'm pretty sure that was right. This one has 123. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one right here has 236. This one here has 275. And that shelf over there has 317. There's a lot of poetry on that shelf over there, so they obviously skew thinner. And now to do the ones at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, the top shelf has 119. And now I have to go and find all of the miscellaneous books around my apartment. There's loads under this chest of drawers, on the floor just here, on my book trolley. My phone is currently stacked on a pile of books. So there truly are books everywhere. I think I read once that it's called being book wrapped, which means like being completely surrounded by books. You choose Spotify wrapped, I choose book wrapped. You see what I mean? Like we truly just have books everywhere, and I wouldn't have it any other way. This is my heaven. So I have 238 other books just lying around the apartment. You're gonna have to go easy on me here because, as you know, I mean, clearly, I do words, not numbers. I think is 1,860. Jesus Christ. That has actually surprised me. That's a lot more than even I thought I had. Turns out I haven't given myself enough credit. When I was moving these books across the country, it was actually 1,800 books, not 1,500. So at least it's safe to say this is officially a library. Now let's make it look like one. Oh my God, I have to show you something. Look at what I had added to my room. Look at those. Completely thanks to you guys for putting up with me over the years. I have these plaques that YouTube sent me. So this one is for when I hit 1 million subscribers on my main channel. This was for 100,000 on my main channel. And then this one here is 100,000 on my second channel, Jack in the Books. By the way, if you don't watch my second channel, you should. Those videos are much more kind of like off the cuff, random. I just set up my camera and film whenever I have a random idea. So I kind of experiment with new concepts over there, but I love my second channel. That's like my baby. Anyways, all this to say, I had these put up onto the wall and I think it looks so amazing above my desk because I've never had a place to display those. That's just so crazy. I will say all of the insane things happen over on my second channel. Like one time I accidentally uploaded a completely unedited video, like just the raw file. There were 2 files on my laptop. I clicked on the wrong one and it went live. It was up for like 2 hours before I noticed, and people very kindly DM'd me to be like, hey, I don't think that's what you meant to upload. And it was mortifying. It was like just completely unedited. And I do wake up sometimes in the middle of the night thinking about it. But anyway, very pleased with how that turned out. I've actually been renovating all of the different rooms in the house. I've only showed you this one, of course, because this was my first priority. But if you'd like to see what I've done with the rest of the place, maybe in my next video, I will give you a little tour around. My living room is coming together. But of course, this was the priority. And today I'm spending the day adding labels to my bookshelves. So I said it was a priority. I didn't say it was the right priority. So I got this label maker. It's from a brand called Nelco. I wish I could say that extensive research went into which label maker to buy. It was just the first one that came up when I Googled it. Because, you know, the labels of it all isn't that important to me. It really is just serving. It's a means to an end. So, let's see. I'm gonna clip this microphone on because I'm clumsy at the best of times, let alone when I'm trying to hold 3 things at once. And then we connect this via Bluetooth. I am still massively confused about what Bluetooth actually is. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I was 10 years old Bluetoothing songs by the Black Eyed Peas to my friends on our phones. I'm now 16 years older than that. Which is insane, but I'm 16 years older than that and I still don't understand Bluetooth. Like, how does it do that? I don't, like, satellites I understand, GPS I get, Wi-Fi I understand, Bluetooth, boggling. Okay, please no one judge my smashed up phone. I dropped it, I need to get it fixed, although someone described it as brat yesterday, so I'm gonna run with that for now. Okay, so we load up the Nelco app. That beep seems like it was a good sign. Normally beep equals bad. I think that was a good beep because it happened as I opened the app and then the light went blue. So I think that was a good sign. Sorry, tech grandpa over here is very confused and frazzled right now. And so then you just double tap to edit the text. Unfortunately, despite confessing that I am in fact a 26-year-old man, my first instinct was just to print a profanity. I was like, what's the worst word I could think of? It's like that thing where we got Google Earth and Google Maps and like the first instinct you have is just to search your own house. You could go anywhere and the one place you want to go to is your own home that you could walk out of the front door and just see. Like, all I can think of is either my own name or the worst swear word I can think of. So let's not do that. Why don't we write books? This is my test run. Oh, we can make it bold, we can make it underlined and italicized. Wait, this is actually so cool. Okay, that's what I'm gonna print on the label. Okay. 3, 2, 1, technology, don't fail me now. Shut up. And then we just snip it like this. I read the instruction manual. For once in my life, I read the instruction manual. That is so cool. Nice. And then we can just... Oh my God. For some reason, the next thing I want to do is print. So there's this meme. I don't even know if it's well known, but me and my housemate just quote it all the time, and it's this guy, and they play a prank on him where he's going to like a house viewing, and everything in the house is made of paper.
This thing's made of paper! This is made of paper, that's made of paper! That's made of paper!
So he just keeps saying like, it's all made of paper, it's paper, it's all made of paper.
I'm saying your kitchen here is made of paper! It's made of paper!
And so inevitably the next thing I want to write on here is, it's all made of paper. Okay, let's print that. Oh my gosh. With great power comes great responsibility. No one man should have all this power. The fact that I can just print anything I want is insane. I mean, printers have been around for a while. I've just never had one. We can just stick that on there. I'm gonna end up looking like the Olivia Rodrigo album cover. So yeah, now I think I'm gonna print the actual labels that I need. This device feels very Mumsnet coded to me. Or like, you know, when Khloe Kardashian organized her entire cupboard, her entire pantry. That's giving label maker. Tupperware mums ate with this. If you come back to me and every single thing in my apartment is now labeled, say nothing. Okay guys, the stickering is complete. Well, the sticker making is complete. Actually, it's just phase 1. So I started to do the snippy thing, and then I realized you can do this. You can just make one long kind of like ultra sticker. Sort of like, you know, when you would win at an arcade, you get the tickets to get a prize. That's what this is. Like, I am just really enjoying this energy. Ready? Oh my god. So I made quite a lot of stickers. I might have gone a little insane with the sticker making, but I also have a lot of books, so it just makes sense. It's kind of like a scroll of stickers. And the idea is I'm gonna put these in little frames because I feel like on their own, these would just look a little bit naff. I mean, no offense to the Nelco after singing its praises for the last like 20 minutes, but it is time to give it the snip. Well, here is my small army of stickers. My bedroom is about to have more stickers than the back of a uni student's laptop. So I'm gonna put these up. I also got these. These are the right way up now. These are metal label holders, and these look like that. They actually are designed to be screwed in. I don't want to do that because I'm not 100% sure I'm going to like it. And what could be scarier than commitment, right? So basically, I am going to stick these on, hopefully just using like little sticky tabs, and hopefully it will look seamless and you won't be able to tell that they are not permanent. But yeah, I thought those were quite sweet. Like, I do want to feel like I'm living inside a Pinterest board, and I think these are going to help me achieve it. So this is what they look like. They do, I think, kind of match the vibes. Sorry, that is just so cozy. Come on. Sometimes I look up and I'm like, oh my god, jump scare. This is my dream. Also, I'm still finding this doorway so funny. It is actually just a cupboard, but I do think it looks like it leads to Narnia. I still can't decide if I like it or not. I think it looks a little bit out of place, so I do think that, well, firstly, we are overflowing, so I am gonna need to make a new shelf at some point. I didn't think it would be so soon, but it's looking kind of necessary. Anyway, for now, in this video, we are going to be using the stickers and these little frames and putting them up on the corresponding shelves. So I'm gonna go around the home library and label as many shelves as I possibly can. And this is the point where it's gonna start to look like an actual library. And in case you haven't seen the previous videos, basically this is organized by genre. It's not alphabetized. Oh my God, can you imagine? You think I can handle the upkeep on that? Damn, I can't even organize my daily schedule. My to-do list is a struggle, let alone 1,800 books, as we've now established. So yeah, it's not alphabetized, but there is method to the madness. Like, it's organized chaos, at least to me. So we have classics and then contemporary. We have subgenres like dystopian, romance, young adult down there. These are all translated books. My nonfiction is all over here. We have essay collection, celebrity memoirs. And that, my friends, is where the labels are gonna go. So let's get started. Okay, I just watched that last time lapse back, and I have to say, I'm having this moment of self-awareness, a rare moment from me, but I realized that I kind of look like someone's grandpa in their little grandpa outfit, in their little grandpa chair, surrounded by their grandpa books. Why was I hunched over like that? Like, this should be Notre Dame, because I was the hunchback. That pure granddaddery it felt like an insight into my future. Like, I felt like I just saw into a crystal ball like Mystic Meg, and it involves that armchair and these books. I basically invented my own retirement, like doing my little activity, doing my little crafts. But I also realized halfway through doing this, I don't think I like it. Like, I'm looking at these now and I'm thinking this just looks a bit tacky. I don't know if this necessarily had the effect I was expecting. And I don't think that's because the labeling was a bad idea. I think it was more about my execution of that thing. Particularly that Greek mythology one, which is, oh, and the one that's hanging off underneath it. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna fix that. Like me being like, is this classy? This one is literally hanging on by a thread. Let's just... Right, okay, I fixed it. So as you can see, this label is for the classic shelf. Then we have this one for like my Isherwood collection. Same with Toni Morrison, James Baldwin, Evelyn Waugh, modern classics, my little modern classics, the dystopia shelf, the short stories shelf, horror, thrillers, Japanese, Korean, non-fiction. This I think is really fun. A collection of writers on writing. So we have George Saunders, Elena Ferrante, Charles Bukowski, Deborah Levy, Amina Kane, Stephen Fry, just about the craft of writing. So I think it is really nice to group books like that on my shelves, and it means that if I do want to read something about the craft of writing. I know exactly where to find it. However, I don't think I like the labels. I don't think it needs it because honestly, I have these labels kind of in my head. I kind of do know what everything is anyway. The more I look at it, the more I like it though. I want you to know though, because I kind of already foresee people having like a panic attack in the comment section, that I did test this before and they're very easy to remove. And it doesn't leave that like horrible fuzzy white stickiness underneath. Like, don't worry, I have not permanently damaged these shelves. These are very, 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 very easy to remove. Trust me. Because one thing about me, I'm gonna do trial and error and I'm very much prepared for a lot of error, but I will make sure that the errors are undoable. They are resolvable. I can fix this. No, really, I can. You're just gonna have to trust me with this one, but I'm gonna keep them up for now and we'll see if it kind of grows on me. Although I feel like it's going to grow on me kind of the way that like a weed grows on a building. Like it's actively not good, but we're just sort of letting it happen. Yeah. The next job, well, firstly, the next job is to fix that candle, which is tipping over as we speak. That's alarming because I don't know if you've noticed, but this room is highly flammable. Like that candle tips over and this whole place is going up in flames. There's actually not a single thing in here that isn't made of wood or paper.
This thing's made of paper.
Except me, literally just me. So step one is to fix that candle. And then step two is, actually, I'm gonna go to bed. And the rest of it is a job for tomorrow. What I will say is taking the stickers off of this was very satisfying because I could basically see my progress. And every now and then I would just rip it off to kind of feel something, to feel like I was doing and achieving something. So that is all of the rubbish from the stickers. Actually, this is looking pretty rubbish too. Hello everyone, it's day 2 of turning this space into an actual library. Today is an exciting day because today is the day everything kind of comes together. Like we have been dreaming of days like this because we are going to catalog every single book in my collection. And the next thing that we need is this. This is the scanner. Again, did I do any research into the best scanners? No, I just picked the first one that came up when I Googled it. You may notice a theme here. I saved the research for the books. So this is my dream, to have an actual scanner. Oh my God. What? Hello? I didn't expect it to make a noise. I didn't expect it to have battery already. Wait. Oh, I'm about to be insufferable. Or like more insufferable than I already was. Also, more blind than I already was. That's bright. Damn, I feel like this must be what it's like to be a Kardashian with the paparazzi all the time. Whoa. It makes that noise when you scan things? I guess they give you like some practice barcodes in here. Oh, okay. This is really fun. That doesn't sound good. I'm gonna Google how to use this and then I'll get back to you and we'll get moving. It's probably not good to shine that in your face or in your eyes actually, now that I think about it. I can't stop doing it. This is a niche stream, but I feel like if you're watching this video, you will understand how incredible this feels to hold in my hand and wield such power, you know? I also think it's important to enjoy this moment because the novelty will probably wear off, probably somewhere around book like 200. And at that point, there will still be 1,600 books left to go. So we have to make the most of this level of enthusiasm right now. This is so funny, but because it's a scanner, basically all of the ways you set things up is just by scanning barcodes. So like now, it's discoverable by Bluetooth because I scanned that barcode. Isn't that crazy? Like instead of having buttons, you just scan things and then you can do them. Sorry, it's kind of blowing my mind. I've also just had the realization that it literally says on the scanner, do not stare into beam. It's literally idiot proof. And I still managed to do exactly that. And I was kind of flashing it in your face too. Sorry about that, you guys. Like you can change the volume of the beep by scanning a barcode. So if I want low volume, or medium volume, or high volume. That's insane. Wow. I mean, I feel like this is pretty basic technology, but I'm really blown away by it. Okay, disaster has struck. Basically, I scanned a barcode and now it won't scan anything. I was on that website and it said step 1, scan this thing. And now my barcode scanner won't scan anything. I think I broke it. Even like there's a thing in the in the program that says you scan this to return it to factory settings, and it won't even scan that. So I'm like, did I break it already? Do I have to get a new one? That's a disaster. I can't believe it. Do you see the issue? I scanned this that says disable all barcodes except programming codes, but now I can't scan anything. And it said, step 3, enable these things. Well, I can't scan them. It's not working. And then this restores to factory default. That doesn't work now either, but these worked before. Oh man, that's so annoying. This is totally just a conspiracy theory now, but how evil do you think someone would have to be to set up a website which is like a guide of how to use a barcode scanner, and then they put a barcode on it which like destroys your barcode scanner from the inside, like it destroys the software. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's what happened to me, but I'm not saying it's not what's just happened to me. Imagine if someone has hacked into this, and what if this is now tracking my location? I genuinely would say, like, the number of times I scan this into my eyes, I'm probably radioactive. Like, I actually am afraid I am now 5G based on how many times I scanned this into my eyes. But this is not going well, I would say, especially considering I do feel like this is software designed for the elderly to also be able to use. But I also feel like I now have to get a new barcode scanner, which is a shame because I was prepared to have a really wonderful, joyous evening scanning all of my books, and now I can't do that. Okay, so After the Other Day was a 3-time nominee in the Floppies, the awards for the biggest flops of all time. I think I finally managed to figure this out. As in, like, I had to buy a whole new scanner because that website with one barcode corrupted my scanner from the inside. Whoever made that website has a one-way ticket to hell. You are skipping purgatory, my friend. And most of all, you made me very sad and very stressed. But guys, we're back and we're ready to do it all over again. So it took a little bit of setting up because basically this had a little thing inside it that I had to plug into my laptop. However, it's a USB. And the greedy guts over at Apple took away the USB adapter or plug socket from the laptops. So I had to go and buy this little gadget here. More money to Apple because, of course, anyway, I'm feeling very disaffected by technology right now. I don't know if you can tell. So then I found this website called Libib, and I think we're going to use this book as the tester. I've made my library on there, and if we scan an item, moment of truth. Okay. Nothing has happened. What? It was working before. It did it. And that is now added to Jack's library. How cool is that? Okay, I think I've got it. So we take the book, we take the scanner, scan the ISBN, and then life-changing, game-changing. So now I just need to go around and scan every single one of my books that I have. That is the dream. That is why we started this entire thing. The video is saved. My day is changed. The update is, I think I've scanned 650. These are all of the books that can't scan, and that is because a lot of these are advanced copies. So like this one, for example, it doesn't have a barcode because it's not for sale. And then other ones, like this one, for example, I don't know why this one wouldn't scan, but it just wouldn't. And so I just have to manually input these ones. Maybe it's because it has the sprayed edges, I'm not sure. But these ones just require manual input. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Go through these ones right here, and I'm making pretty good progress, I think. You know, we're at the halfway point point, and I'm just living my librarian fantasy. It's just so satisfying the way that it beeps when you scan it. And then there it is. Remember when I didn't even have this chair? I was dreaming of days like this. So now you can see all of my books that I own alphabetized by author. This is so weird to see them all kind of set out like this with the covers. I'm pretty sure I have a book for every letter of the alphabet, but this is a good opportunity to check. We're down to H and doing pretty well so far. There's also different ways to organize them. So we can do them in a list. So it just looks like this, but to me, that's pretty boring. Or you can even do a summary of each of the books. So alongside the book, it will give you a brief little introduction. There are some, like these two here, that do not have covers for some reason. So I'm going to go through and add all of those in. And I have them ranked by author, but you can also rank them by the title. This is really interesting, the date they were published. However, I think it's not when it was first published, it was when this particular edition was published, which is why I don't have anything from before 1920. And then you can also judge it by rating. I haven't rated anything on here yet, but I maybe can sync this up with my Goodreads. And I feel like once I've put the rest of them in, because I have all of the bottom shelves left to go, but I don't want to bore you by making this video like 2 hours long. Once I've scanned all of those as well, and then I add in everything else, I should be able to download a file which will have this database in it, and then and hopefully then I'll be able to see much more detailed stats. I just realized I also have to do this entire top section as well, which is going to require the ladder. So this is going to take me the rest of the night, but I am going to listen to a good audiobook. I'm listening to Mongrel by Hanako Footman as an audiobook, and it's really good so far. I'm onto chapter 9, but it's very, very engaging. So honestly, that is making me want to continue with this task. And so then hopefully once all of that is loaded in, I'll have really detailed stats, like which countries I have books from and the split of gender and different things like that. I think that's going to be really, really interesting to see everything that I own in one place. I also have to put all of these back, unfortunately, but I will let you leave me to do that and say right now, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for being here. This has been the moment we've all been waiting for, when my personal book collection finally becomes an actual library. The next stage, as you can tell by all of the books on the floor, is going to be to extend. So I'm going to extend upwards, and those cupboard doors are going to come off, and that will just become more shelving. And so I will see you in part 6, which will be the final installment of the Home Library Diaries, and we'll officially have the home library of my dreams. Thank you for watching. All the best. Stay in touch. Have the most wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.